Welcome back to 99 Bitcoins. Will 2026 be bullish for crypto? What a crazy and broad question. In recent news, we've seen Tom Lee, who I believe has an Ethereum treasury now. He thinks Ethereum is going to hit 62K. Now, he's not given a time frame, but he did say here a few months, which is, I guess, a time frame, but not a precise one. And he also thinks Bitcoin is going to hit $250,000. So if this happens in a few months, his prediction, apparently, we can have a very bullish 2026. I am, on the other hand, not as sure as Tom Lee claims to be. And I think it's good to be bullish long term. Yes, next 5 years, ultra bullish. Next 10 years, ultra bullish. Next 100 years, when I'm not even here anymore, and you watching probably, I'm still bullish. And I think blockchain will stay forever. But 2026 itself, could it be bullish or bearish? I mean, if we just jump into the Bitcoin charts right now, we can see that we are, of course, falling out of our bullish logarithmic regression chart. So we're kind of moving away from the red overvalued greed phase, and we're moving down below. We hit an 8K bottom so far. The correction from top to bottom was also just around 36%, which is not really, when you kind of look at the numbers and reflect on previous market cycles, it's not really that volatile. And I don't believe the volatility of Bitcoin is just completely halved. I don't. So I still think there's possibility in 2026 to see more downside for Bitcoin, especially as we've lost the 50-week moving average, which is a very important factor. We don't want to lose that 50-week moving average, which is this white line right here. Because effectively when Bitcoin is below the 50-week moving average, this is when we're in a downtrend cycle. So we could arguably be in a downtrend right now for Bitcoin. Also looking at Ethereum, the previous correction for Ethereum in 2021 was 81.5%. So far, we did see Ethereum do quite a correction, about 65%, where April 2025 it hit $1,380. However, current numbers we can see after the massive pump, down 46%. And I don't believe Ethereum volatility is halved either. And the reason being is the market capital of Ethereum is not even as high as it was previously. It was just exactly the same. So we've got the same market cap. The only way I think the volatility could diminish is if, it's who's absorbed the Ethereum. Is it treasuries? Is it institutions, governments? If less retail are holding, then most likely it will be less volatile. But I don't believe by half. So that's also an interesting factor. Bitcoin, of course, large market caps, so probably less volatility by nature. But I think there is space to still pump again to the upside. And I think there is space for 2026 to produce upside. I don't know if it will be 110K or will we triple top and make 140K and then come down. It's really tough to say, but I think every market will be capitalized on. And I think, that's the beauty of the blockchain markets. It's the fact it is volatile and people can enjoy that volatility. You don't really get this volatility in other markets. As for Bitcoin and its ranking among other commodities, we're at 1.8 trillion, Amazon at 2.4, silver 3.3, Microsoft 3.5, gold just surged up to 29 trillion, which is absolutely insane. So it's an interesting one, guys. I think altcoins, we're certainly seeing less volatility. The 200-week moving average has really slowed down and straightened out here, especially since around 2024. The last year, altcoin 200-week moving average, it's basically just done the same thing. It's pumped, come down, pumped to the same level. So the average yearly price for altcoins has sort of maintained, like there, if you think about it. I think altcoins can still have 20 to 30% downside potential as well for 2026. But on the contrary, they could also have 30 to 40% upside. So it really depends on many macroeconomic factors, geopolitical factors, and whether we can actually have another bull market in the next year. I don't know if retail is really ready for it. The liquidity kind of feels wiped away already, and the overall retail interest has definitely gone down quite a lot. 2026 could be good for crypto, but it also could be bad for crypto. There is no single definitive answer because all we know is now. We know today. We know possibly the next. We don't even know the next second, right? That's the thing. The only thing that matters right now is now. We don't know the next year. We don't know the next 6 months. We can only kind of speculate and use history to help guide us, I suppose, and the data that we have with history. Anyways, guys, subscribe to 99 Bitcoins. Thanks for viewing the video, and we'll see you soon.